Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Iconic. I'm here with Heather from Selling Sunset, the newest. It's not even really that new. We're in season 3 of the Netflix sensation, Selling Sunset. Heather, how are you doing today?
Oh, well, how are you?
Oh, I'm so excited to talk to you. I love this show. It took me a minute, but now I'm fully obsessed with it. And I think it's the future of reality TV. I think it's so, so good.
Why did it take you a minute? Was it a lot of drama or what? What do you think?
No, it was actually, I come from watching Housewives. Do you watch Housewives, Bravo?
It's been a long time, but I used to watch it back in the day. Yes.
So I recap that show on Everything Iconic, those franchises, and it's a different pace. And so whenever I watch like a different reality show, whether it be something like Selling Sunset or Kardashians or The Bachelor, like I always feel like I'm getting adjusted. So it took me a minute to adjust to the pace of Selling Sunset. But once I did, I was fully on board, and I love the house porn. I love the outfits you ladies wear.
Thank
Uh,
you.
I felt like in season 2, did everyone step up their clothing game in season 2?
I think season 2 and then definitely season 3, I think everyone stepped it up. And even looking back and watching season 3, I'm like, ooh, if we get a season 4, it's game on, stepping it up even more.
That's what was so fun about it. I felt like every scene in season 2 and 3, I was just excited to see what you all were wearing. Like that was fun.
We all have different style, like individual personalities. And, I'm very simple, but then, sometimes when you see yourself before you leave the house, you're like, okay, this looks great. And then when I look back on camera, I'm like, maybe I should have taken the coat off, or maybe I should have, not worn that shirt or did my hair a different way. So you kind of start picking yourself apart a little bit more.
Is there one outfit from the first 3 seasons that you really love? Like, is there something?
I loved in season 3, I wore that red blazer with the matching red pants. And I can't remember I think I had like Louboutins on. I love that look. I love like a tailored suit. So that was probably my favorite. And then looking back, like I wore this nude like coat, and it was over this really nice like high neck tight black shirt. I should have taken off the coat and just kept the black shirt on and left it at that.
Is it like pressure? I feel like that'd be a lot of pressure for every scene to like be wearing something, because everyone is bringing it.
Exactly. Yeah. And, I think I'm very simple, like, especially with my makeup, like I like to do my own, I like to like add braids in. I can't braid myself. So I need to always like have someone come in and do my braids. And, we film a lot. So it's a lot of outfits we have to pick out. It's a lot of coordinating. It's a lot of like moving parts and driving around. And, there's a lot going on, but wardrobe is definitely very important to us. And, we want to look nice always anyways for our clients. So, but then having it on TV, you want to like step it up even more.
Okay, so you guys are filming season 4, right?
No, we actually don't even know. Honestly,
You don't
we
know?
don't. No.
Okay, well, it's going to happen. Like I will be devastated. But I saw a bunch of the women together on a boat this weekend on I think Chriselle's social media or somewhere I saw it.
Yeah, all of ours. Well, that was on my boat. So I invited the girls down to go on my boat. It's called Bad Decisions. So I have my boat down here in Newport. And so I invited I wanted to have like a fun girls' day. We haven't like gone out and had like a lot of fun. So I invited the girls down here, and I think Chriselle like did a little teaser. We all kind of did, but there's a lot we're celebrating right now. So there's a lot going on for all of us. So, we're kind of teasing people, but we actually don't officially know about season 4.
I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, they're filming. Did you invite all of the women to the boat?
I did not. I only invited the other 3.
I'm smiling because I'm like curious. Okay, so what's the drama with the other? Are you getting along with everyone? Who are you not getting along with?
I get along with all the girls. I'm pretty neutral. I don't know if you because you see the show, and I try to really put myself in other people's positions, and I'm like, okay, well, she's going through this, and I sympathize with her. She's going through this, and we're all going through a lot right now. It's been a lot of media, a lot. The show just accelerated, and it's a lot going on for all of us. So I try to keep that stuff in mind, but. I don't agree with certain things that are being said in the media, and I don't know what's true and what's not true. So, it's just, I'm kind of moving a little closer to another side right now. So, and just kind of trying to stay away from the drama. I'm too busy to like get sucked into it. So I'm trying to keep myself away from it.
This might be a stupid question, but are you a Libra, or what is your?
Virgo.
Virgo.
September
Okay.
birthday.
Because you said you're empathizing with all the sides. So I was just.
That's just me as a person.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, I'm like, okay. And I try to give people multiple chances. And if they keep breaking my trust, I'm kind of like, you know what? I need to take a step back and cut ties for a little bit and then maybe revisit the situation. I'm too busy to deal with drama every single day. So I just like gotta like step back.
And what you mentioned some things that were said in the press. Was there something specific? Did Christine say something, or was there?
It's just the ragging on like calling Tarek and I Spidey and trying to reference to that. And that was multiple times during filming. You only saw it once on camera. I think it was episode 8. But that had been multiple times before that she had been kind of like making fun and poking fun, like we call paparazzi to follow us, which is not true. So I think I just kind of like got fed up with that. And then, I just keep reading like certain things. And for me, I'm just like, I just can't deal with answering things and having to talk about it all the time and then answering to her as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a breather.
Right. Have you noticed that the show you mentioned it took off? I feel like it's just been having a moment. I feel like everyone is talking about Selling Sunset, and that must be a little overwhelming. I mean, granted, we're in sort of a weird time where people aren't really traveling and all of that kind of thing. But it does feel like it's having a cultural moment. And I just wonder what that's like to really hear so many people talking about it, if that makes sense.
It's really surreal. And I'm a really humble person as well. So it kind of takes me a little bit to really like realize what's going on. And, when we first shot the pilot and then we got picked up for season 1, we didn't realize how well it would do on Netflix. We were like, okay, a reality show that's more for Bravo or E or a network show. And we didn't realize like, we were just like, okay, it might do well, it might not. And then, season 1 did good. Season 1 did good. Season 2 did, even better. And now season 3 just kind of catapulted. So it's really exciting to see. And I'm so happy that, everyone loves it and everyone's tuning in. And, it's surreal for me. It hasn't really hit me yet.
Yeah, it's been, I notice because people come to me with their reality TV opinions all the time because of the show. And even like my brother and sister-in-law and people that don't normally watch things like Housewives, they come and tell me how much they love the show and they love the houses and all of it. So
yeah, and I think like I hear that too from men. You would think, okay, it's like women love it. And then I'll speak to husbands and they're like, oh my God, I love the show and I'm obsessed. And it's really nice to hear that there's men and women that are watching, not just women-based.
Right. Did you watch Adam DeVello's other shows, Laguna Beach and The Hills? Were you a fan of those?
I did. I watched Laguna Beach back in the day, and then I don't think I saw the end of The Hills, but I definitely watched The Hills, and I don't remember what happened at the end, but I did watch it. I was a fan for sure.
Were you team LC or team Heidi?
I think LC. I just felt like overall she was just a nice girl. But now that I'm like in it, I kind of like, okay, I kind of see like both sides, but I think at the time I was LC.
So, The Hills, there's been so many reveals throughout the year about it being scripted and different things being set up. Can you speak to Selling Sunset and how maybe set up things are or how scripted or how real everything we're watching is?
Yes. Everything is real. It is a reality show based on our lives. We were already a real office. We all are still doing real estate. And, obviously because of COVID, things have been a little bit different. And I also moved down to Newport. So I'm kind of juggling going back and forth and establishing myself down here. But, obviously like when we go to a coffee shop or we go to a restaurant, we have to talk ahead of time to the restaurant, and those are set up because we have to film there. But everything that happens in the scene and everything that we talk about, nothing's scripted, nothing's set up. This is our real lives. And, obviously you see the drama, you see what's going on. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish it was scripted, but no, this is our real lives. We are crazy. We all have egos. There is a lot of drama. There's a lot going on all the time. So they don't tell us to say anything. It's nothing like that. This is us. This is how we are.
Yeah. You mentioned that moment with Christine where she was alleging that you had paparazzi, and you said, so she had been sort of poking at you throughout the season. So that blow up was just sort of a culmination of things.
Yes. Yeah. It had been like, I think that was like the 4th time that she had made little comments on camera. And, like I said earlier, I'm kind of like the type of person that I don't react right away. I just give someone the benefit. I'm like, okay, she's just making a joke. And then finally, when it kept happening, like that for me was like, I'm fed up. I'm done. Like, you're making up lies. This is bullshit. And I'm done, like, with you making fun of me, you're supposed to be a friend to me, and friends don't do that. So that was my fed up moment. I usually don't cuss. I don't walk off set, but that was real anger for me. And, you know, those emotions, it affects us because when we're done with filming, this is still our real lives. So we're still dealing with the emotions off camera that people aren't seeing.
Right. So with the paparazzi stuff, that was something that I think a lot of viewers, I asked some people in the Everything Iconic Patreon to write in questions, and a lot of people were curious about that. So you guys don't call paparazzi?
Never. And you can talk to any news outlet, and I've been doing interviews about this, and they've asked me, and they can all vouch for us. Like, you know, people are following our every single move, and they're watching us on social media. So when we post that we're, say, at a certain restaurant or we're going to this mall, you know, they show up, and half the time I don't even see them. We were just in Cabo 2 weekends ago, and, you know, you get an ass photo of me in a bikini, and, you know, we had zero clue anyone was even watching us. Like, you can tell from the photos, it's not like we're calling people. I have zero clue anyone's there, never even saw anyone. And, you know, with social media being out there, you can find where people are nowadays. So it's not hard to find where, you know, celebrities and people are. And also, you know, my fiance.
Oh my God, let me see the ring. Can we see the ring? Oh my God, look how stunning that is.
Gorgeous. I know, I love it. I just like stare at it all day. But, you know, my fiance has been on TV for 10 years. He had a very public divorce. He's very known in the world. So of course people are going to be interested who he was dating at the time after he hadn't been with a woman in 4 years, you know, been seen with a woman. So it's like, of course people are going to be interested, or not 4 years, whatever it was, but of course they're going to be interested to see who he's with.
See, I wondered if it was a situation where, like, I'm not saying this is you, but oftentimes celebrities will hire a PR person, and then the PR person will be the one to maybe call, like, the outlets. And so the celebrity might not even know where they're going to be, but they maybe did hire a PR person too.
We have PR, but she knows nothing about, like, when we're personally going to things. We're not telling her our moves. She has zero clue like where we're going to be at what time. And she would never, we don't need that. Like, I don't need people following us around. Like, it just happens because people are interested in our lives.
What's it like for your fiance now that you're on TV? The sort of roles are switched a little bit. What's it like for him?
Well, we met, when I met him, I had just finished filming season 1, I think. And, you know, he's been doing this for so long. He has 2 shows. He's about to start filming his 2nd season of Flipping 101 on HGTV, and he's still filming Flip or Flop. So he actually films more than me, and he's filming constantly throughout the year. He never has breaks like we do, because he's always flipping homes, and they have to follow that. But, you know, he's so supportive. He loves watching my career flourish. He's like my number one, like, supporter, and I am his number one supporter, and we're a team, and we just love being on this journey together.
Will we see the wedding on a season 4? Would you be open to filming it?
You know, we've talked about that, and for me, it's a very special moment. It's a very special day for us, and it's very intimate, and I feel like having cameras following me, being mic'd up, is not something that I'm interested in. But, you know, things change. It's just, I saw how Christine's wedding was, and I saw how Mary's was, and I really don't want anything interfering with the day.
Right. Let's talk about Christine's wedding. What was it like there? I thought, okay, I don't normally get shocked by reality TV moments, but the end of Christine's wedding episode, I was like jaw dropped. But what was it like being there?
Which part?
Well, Davina, my arch nemesis, Davina, she's become my arch nemesis now.
Yeah, you know, it was uncomfortable. I mean, obviously, like, we're at a wedding, and Chriselle was going through everything she was going through. And it was like right when it happened, like literally, I think 2 weeks before everything had happened. And she didn't even know she wanted to come. It's obviously a really upsetting moment to be at someone's wedding when you're just going through a divorce. And, you know, it was a lot for her to be there. And then when the girls were like, kept going on and on and on, I think it was just like she had it. She had enough, and it was uncomfortable. And, you know, I wish I would have stepped up more and said something. But like I said, I'm kind of like that neutral person where I didn't want to cause even more drama, especially at Christine's wedding. And Tarek was actually there, and he couldn't be on camera. So I was like, I just want to go be with my man, you know. And it's like, you know, it was stressful. It definitely was. And watching it back, like, I cried, and I was really upset for her. It's a really sad moment.
Yeah, it was really tough to watch, and I think a lot of viewers were surprised. I know Mary, a lot of the women were sort of speaking up a little bit, but I think because it was such a shocking thing coming out of Davina's mouth, I thought that it almost like I feel like if I was in the moment, it would have taken me by surprise. I'd been like, what is this woman saying? Like, is she serious?
Yeah. And I
like,
think that for me too, sometimes I'm shocked by certain things and then I don't know how to react until like I think back later and I'm like, you know what, I should have reacted more or stood up for my friend. But, you know, at the time I'm friends with both the girls. So I've gotten closer to Chriselle, but you know, no matter what, you stand up for what's right. So I do wish when I go back, I wish I would have stood up for her. And because no matter what, no one wants to be hearing those things when you're dealing with a divorce and so emotional and going through something like that.
Yeah. I always have those conversations with myself, like in the shower or in bed at night. And I think like, why didn't I say that? Or why didn't I say that?
I know. I do that all the time. And especially like, yeah, now watching myself on TV, I'm like, why didn't I step up? Why didn't I say something and support my friend? And, you know, I can't go back. I can just learn from things and learn like when to take a stance and when to kind of back off and let them handle their situations.
You know, I don't know if it was Christine or someone else, but I saw on social media that somebody had been, I think it was Christine, saying that Chriselle likes to play the victim. And I just wondered, did you find that at all? I don't find that as a viewer, but I just was wondering what you thought of that.
I actually saw that yesterday as well. And Chriselle actually, I talked to her about that a little bit. And, you know, I don't know how she can play the victim when these are real things going on in her life. You know, her mom passed away, her dad passed away, her dog passed away. She's going through a divorce. So how is that playing a victim when you're dealing with real life emotions and like huge things? It's not playing a victim. It's real life.
Right. Right. Okay, so I have some questions from the Everything Iconic Patreon. Nicole Clark says, do you understand where Amanda was coming from in regards to the whole kid thing? It worked out for you, but it doesn't always.
Yes. Yeah. And, you know, that whole scene and like situation got twisted a little bit because what I was upset about was the fact that she said, if and when Tarek and I break up. She wasn't saying like if, it was like an if and when statement. So that's where I got upset originally about, and it kind of got turned on to like life with the kids. And it had nothing to do with the kids in the beginning. It was kind of like that statement. That's what I was upset about. And of course, like, I know that she's gone through things. I was just saying, don't project your past situations on my current situation. And we're adults. Tarek and I would not just jump into something without, you know, thinking about the kids and considering them. I mean, he's an amazing father. He would never just bring someone into their lives without really knowing that I was the one and we are soulmates. And Tarek and I were soulmates from the very beginning. We knew right away. And, you know, he always said, people don't know, but they will realize. And now everyone realizes. Now, you know, you look at our life and you look at him and I together and my life with the kids and me being a bonus mom, almost stepmom. And Amanda now like praises me for what I'm doing and the situation I'm in. But I do get it because she has gone through what she went through and she is a single mom. So I understand being protective and being a mama bear, but I'm also protective of Tarek and the kids as well. So I think that's where I was coming from.
Right. Nicole W., I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her last name, but she said, what are your thoughts on the constant comparisons to Tarek's ex-wife, Christina?
Oh gosh, it's such old news. Honestly, yeah. Like I say, well, every blonde and brown-eyed girl's twins, like, you know, it's really irrelevant to me. Like we're engaged, we're getting married soon. Like it's so irrelevant to me. That's the past.
Right. Okay. So Nicole Clark also wants to know, I'm sorry. This is Rosie. Okay. Since you and Tarek are both in real estate entertainment space, are there any collaborations you guys would be interested in doing together?
Absolutely. We actually just bought a home down here in Newport and we're going to flip it together. So I'm going to be doing the design with him. We're planning on flipping it, putting it back on the market, or maybe keeping it as a rental property. And now I think we might live in it. And then I rent it as an Airbnb or rent it out as, you know, a long rental. So that's our first like big project we're working on together. And then obviously it's just going to keep more and more. I want to get more into real estate investing. I'm learning from him. It's a long, slow process. It's a lot to know, but I'm actively learning. And now that I'm down in Newport, I'm really trying to focus more on Newport real estate and get more listings down here.
Oh, great. Rosie also wants to know, what's the craziest, most interesting story from your time with Playboy?
Oh my gosh. Crazy, most interesting. Well,
did you, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So I was a Playmate. I was Miss February 2010. And, I would go to the mansion mainly to work. I had a bunny costume, so I would do a lot of the events, taking photos with fans, walking the red carpet. There was a lot of celebrities that used to come through. And usually since I was working, I would kind of be there like not hosting, but taking photos with them and sitting with them, kind of taking photos with the fans that were wanted to take photos with the celebrities as well. So who's the guy from, I'm totally drawing a blank. Steven Tyler. So there was one night that he was there, and me and a couple of the Playmates got to like host him and spend time with him all night. And he was like the nicest, kindest guy. He didn't have his entourage or anyone with him, and he was kind of like by himself. So us Playmates were there to make him feel more comfortable and to like really like have him enjoy the night. But he was just so nice, like nothing but polite. But so that was cool, just like being around like big celebrities like that and seeing like their real personalities outside what you think they are.
Was there anyone? I'm sure there were plenty of celebrities that were real assholes.
Everyone was really nice to me, I think, because I was a Playmate and because I was
right, yeah.
So I never came across that. But I didn't like party a lot at the mansion. I was in a 7-year relationship when I was pretty much the whole time I was working at the mansion. And so I kind of like, went up, did my thing, and then went back down. And I didn't really get caught up in the whole scene up there. But, I would go up there, see girlfriends, and work, but I never really was like the big party girl.
Do you have like a scrapbook of your work in there or framed somewhere? I feel like I would have like a big poster of myself.
Yeah, I actually did print out my centerfold. So I need to find out. Or print out another one. But now that we have the kids, and I'm all like a little bit like, they don't know I'm a Playmate. They're a little young still to even understand what that is. And I'm kind of like, how do I tell Tarek's kids about that, or talk to his daughter about that, who, I don't know if they'll understand. They might not even know what Playboy is or understand. But when that day comes, I'm like, ooh, how do I talk to them about that? I'm a little bit nervous.
I think it is a great accomplishment. It is a great accomplishment. I love when people are proud of their bodies and they're sex positive and all of that stuff. So I would. But I'm sure it is difficult with kids.
Like I wouldn't be where I am today without Playboy. Playboy catapulted my career. That was the first job I ever did in the entertainment business and modeling. And I was 21, like barely 21. And, if it wasn't for that, I would not be here like today. Honestly, I don't know what I would have been doing. I grew up in a very small town up in Running Springs, here in California. And, I just knew I wanted more in my life, and I always wanted to be a Playmate. So I just went for it. And, that was a defining moment in my life that changed my life forever.
Did you have any bad experiences with that time at Playboy, or?
Honestly, I didn't. And a lot of people would ask me about, the other girls and drama. And, now in my like adult life, I deal with more drama with women than I did in my Playboy years. Like all the girls are very supportive of each other. I'm still best friends with a few of them and talk to them all the time. And, I built relationships that are going to be lifelong relationships, and we all really supported each other. As crazy as that is, amazing. We all have like just so much fun. And I could not see the girls for 5 years, and I see them and we just pick up right where we left off.
That's amazing. Heather, it was such a delight talking to you. Where can people find you on social media?
Yes, I'm Heather Rae Young on every platform, and Rae is RAE.
Right. Well, Heather, thank you. We have to have a season 4. I will literally be so upset if we do not.
It's looking good, but like I said, we have not confirmed. But I mean, I can't imagine.
There's no way.
More that we want to show you guys. So binge watch. Everyone keep watching, because that'll get us to season 4.
There is going to be a season. Like, there's no way. And they better give you lots of money. One more.
I mean, we'll see. There's hope.
I do want to mention one more quick thing, flashbacks, before I let you go. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, so I have a podcast called Flashbacks with Jessica Hall, and it's on. We do it at Action Park Media, and Action Park Media, it was just established in July of 2020, and it's from Kevin Connolly. So Kevin Connolly is on the Entourage. And, it's just a super fun podcast Jessica and I do together. And we talk about like the days before social media, the days before, we are all being watched like on phones, and just like lighthearted, like back in our modeling days, back in our Playboy days, we have on just like really great girl guests, some guy guests, a lot of reality stars. And we just started. We're like just getting going, but it's so fun. And I hope you guys watch it. You can find it on Apple TV. I'm sorry, Apple Music, Spotify, pretty much all the major places.
All the podcasts. Everyone needs to go and subscribe to Flashback. Also, I think that's the same network Sheena's on from Vanderpump Rules.
Sheena's on, yeah.
Yeah. So everyone subscribe to Flashback. Go follow Heather on social media. I want to encourage everyone to find me on social media at Danny Pellegrino on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to support this podcast, go to the Patreon. It's patreon.com/everythingiconic. If you're watching this interview on the new YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, comment below. Heather, it was such a delight. Selling Sunset's the best. So thank you so much for taking the time.
Of course. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.